Good evening. Welcome back to Crochet with Lulu. Today is day 27 of hashtag Christmas Extravaganza 2025. Today is a tip and an idea of things that would mean so much to the special person that you are gifting it to. Now I was gifted this bag probably 2 years ago. I'm not a hoarder. I'm a yarn connoisseur. And that's how we feel about ourselves. Sometimes I'll say I'm a yarn hoarder or I'm a coffee hoarder because I have coffee on this side in this apartment and next door in my apartment, and just know that I'm a coffee connoisseur and I'm a hoarder of coffees, and I guess I am on yarn as well. Now I use this sometimes as my book bag, and I'm going to show you what's in here if you want to gift it to somebody that reads a book. A writing tablet to take notes on the book I've read. Post-it notes, sticky notes. These come in so wonderful for crocheting, knitting, sewing, paper crafting, book clubs. Use them for many different things. Many different things. Got these at the dollar quarter tree the other day. I bought this. This is actually a little pouch that you are supposed to keep your AirPods in or your earbuds. I use it to keep change in. You could use it for stitch markers, your darning needles. If you're gifting this bag to somebody that's on the go, you may want to get one of these little pouches. Fill it with stitch markers, darning needles, a little pair of scissors that will fit this. I got this at the dollar quarter tree about a year ago, and I bought my two best friends one. But I use it to carry book club to book club, and I put money in it so that I always have some change if I need it. Here's a smaller writing tablet, ink pens. So if you're gifting this to somebody for, let's say, crochet, writing tablet, Post-it notes so that they can keep up with, like I've used, I have a pattern written there. I use this for different sections in my book so that it's easy to get to. One of them is prices that I want to, because a lot of people want to order the things that I make. One is projects completed in categories, and then one is a progress keeper. That way I can put, if I'm in the middle of say I'm watching a YouTube video, and I don't want to lose where they've told me, a certain row number or stitch count. I can write that down in this, and then when I fast forward it through that video, I'm going to know where I need to be. Writing tablets are always good. Post-it notes. And this would be awesome to keep their small little things in. And then, of course, the bag. Now, you don't have to order one of these bags. I think she got this one from Amazon, and it is worn, and it needs a good bath, because I've thrown it in the vehicles whenever I go somewhere. And like I said, I've been carrying this as my book bag to book club because it's lightweight. I can just grab it, throw it across my shoulder, and be out the door. So this is a good idea for if they knit. You can get them a pair of knitting hooks, yarn, what do they call them? Stitch minders. They're like stitch markers, and then get them some stitch markers. And I'm not sure what they call them. It's hook minders. Hook minders, that goes across the top of the hook so that the hooks don't let your stitches come off the hooks. There's all sorts of things you can do. Get them a journal, a notebook, so that they can keep up with things. This is just a simple notebook. I have these everywhere. And I buy I'm old-fashioned, we call them composition books. Now this one has pockets in it, and I love that because I don't have to make any. So if you want to buy one of these and put in the book bag, the bag that you're gifting them, awesome gift ideas. If it's for book club, you know, they're going to need ink pens, Post-it notes, paper clips, bookmarks, a book. Put them in a bag. And now, where I like to buy my bags, I go to the Dollar Quarter Tree, which is soon the $1.50 tree. And I buy the reusable bags, not the paper gift bags. I love those, but I like to give the ones that they can reuse over and over and over. They last for ages. Get you a small bag and fill it full with what you think they would want if they're book club, or if they're, okay, this is another gift idea. I had to sit in the nursing home and the hospital a lot with my mother. And so a lot of times, if I had the time when I went home, I would get a bag and I'd put a few snacky things in that would tie me over through the night. I would put some yarn and my crochet hooks, my scissors, and a pencil so that I could write down, and a little notepad. And then usually a drink, some sort of juice or some sort of drink. Put that in my bag and I was good to go. Or when I would sit with her when she was in the hospital. Gifting these ideas, the possibilities are completely endless. You just find out who the person you're gifting it to and what their interests are. If they're photographers, you know, a notepad, pencils, ink pens, so that they can journal where they're at when they took the photo and how many photos, you know, that they took at that spot. Then they can go back and they can say, oh, okay, yes, I took this one at Welch's Point, or I took this one at Standing Stone National Park, or I took this Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg. You know, they can keep up with wherever they took the pictures. If it's book club, you know the book, the normal, get them a good book. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on books. There are plenty of the free library boxes throughout most every town. We have, I think, 4 in the town I live in, maybe 5, because they've just put a new one up. And people go by and put their used books. You take a couple of books out, you put a couple of books in. So get a book that you think they might be interested in. Put a book in there. Put an ink pen, a pencil, a little notepad, as I said. Maybe some paper clips, so if they want to put several pages together, you know, a good bookmark. A reading light. I found a reading light at a yard sale. Well, actually, my son's girlfriend found it for me a few weeks ago for $1. And I love it. I love it. And then my bestie just gave me a little magnetic bookmark last week for my birthday. So the possibilities are endless. If they are snackers and they're going on a road trip, pack it with safe snacks that they can have. A banana, an apple, a little bitty small size of strawberries, blueberries, or mix the blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, whatever they're not allergic to. You know, put it all together in a little bowl, put it in a bag, and maybe a good book or a magazine. You know, you can't go wrong with these choices, and the possibilities are endless. So use your own imagination. I've just given you a few hints that I would like to receive and that I do for myself if I'm going somewhere. And my mother and my father were always, they were always giving to somebody. My mother would cook a big pot of beans or a big pot of spaghetti or chili or whatever on the weekends, and she would call her family and she'd say, come over, I've cooked so-and-so, come over. before they left, she was always gifting them a bag of something. It might be canned goods. It might be stuff out of the freezer, a dessert that she had fixed, whatever. She would gift them a bag when they went out the door. So if you're going to a gathering, I use this a lot because we go to several places for gatherings, and I like to take a hostess gift. They snort. Some nights I have to shine my phone light so that I know it's them in the room with me. It's not a stranger that's eased in and snoring. So what I like to do is fill up a bag with things that they're not going to get themselves or that somebody else is not going to get them. So use your imagination. Let it run wild. Let it run wild. Book club, crocheting, a care bag. If you know somebody that's sitting in the nursing home or the hospital with a loved one, fix them a care bag. Get them the Seek-A Word puzzles, crossword puzzle books, a little book of jokes or random facts, just different things. Your mind is endless. It's endless. And if you use it in your crafting, in your giving, it makes you feel so good inside to know that you have done things for somebody else that they're not going to have done for them and they're not going to do for themselves. And these care bags are awesome. Let me tell you, from somebody that has sat in the hospital for days and weeks with loved ones and friends, care bags are awesome because number one, sometimes you don't always have the money or the change to go to a vending machine and get a snack or a drink. How many have been there? If you're going to a dinner or a gathering, whether it's a friend, a family member, or somebody you don't know. I went with my son and his girlfriend to her family's house a couple of months ago, and I didn't know them. My first time meeting, they thought I was a myth. They didn't know I existed because I had, I'd stayed at home at all the gatherings. I was invited, but I would stay at home, and finally I went. And they were like, oh, she's real, she's real. And I wish I had had a bag to have taken a lot of things to them because number one, they thought enough of my son to invite me. And that meant the world to me. So what I done was one day when she was here at the house, I said, pick out some size 10 thread, and I told her the bag it was in my apartment. I said, pick out at least 2 or 3 colors each, and I'll make some doilies. So I did, and they enjoyed them. So there's all sorts of things you can do for somebody. Now, I wish I had thought in advance, but for some reason my mind was not working well, and I didn't take a care package. So the possibilities are endless. I love putting together a care bag or a care package. Sometimes at book club, I don't have anything, but maybe I've crocheted a bookmark, or I have gotten, I put words together. Have you noticed that? Of all the time I've been on here, I put words together. I have bought coffee pods, and I would think, oh, I bet they'll, this is a different coffee pod. They may not have tried this flavor. So I will take a couple and put them in just a little simple bag. I love the lunch bags. You'll hear me talk about the little paper lunch bags from Walmart a lot. And I know this video is going on and on. I'm just giving you gift ideas that you can do. Very cheap, very reasonable. Some of it you won't have to spend any money on if you have these things in your home, like the lunch bags. I try to keep those handy because when I'm doing projects for different people, if it's the axolotls or the small amigurumis, I can put them in the bag, put who they're for, and then set them aside. And then I don't have to go back and question, oh, whose are these for, you know? So I can put a bookmark, coffee pods, you know, whatever in a little bag and give it to them at book club. So these are gift ideas that you can, that's endless possibilities. Make them your own. And I know I mentioned the one probably a week ago, maybe, about the box and put popcorn, theater candy, bottled water, or juices, or what have you. This is a gift bag. And like I said, if you go to the Dollar Quarter Tree, now a lot of your places like TJ Maxx, and in the UK it's TK Maxx, a lot of those places sell the bags that you buy. Usually they're right there close to the counter, and you can grab a bag for a couple bucks. And sometimes you can get the ginormous bags. Don't get the ginormous bag unless you're going to fill it up with stuff. Because when you go carrying in a big ginormous bag like that, they're going to think, if you've come in with one book and one bookmark, what in the world? So make sure you gift a bag. You know, Christmas time, they have all sorts of things you can fill up the bags with. Those fleecy blankets for under $10. The little sleeping mask you can get. So I'm getting off from here. I'm rambling. I'm coming up with all these extra ideas to give you in my head. The possibilities are endless. Let me know what you've done. Have you made care packages? Have you gifted a book club bag or a sewing club bag? There is a crochet club just right up the street, and I would love to attend. I don't have transportation, so it's a big old ordeal for me to try to get places, and I'm all about comfort and ease in my age now. I do what's easy and what's comfortable. Sometimes I go out of my comfort zone, but I would love to participate, and I'm hoping pretty soon I can be able to attend the crochet gathering and be with those people. But for now, so I talk a lot about the book club and my activity center that I attend. Find out what they like, fill it full of little goodies, a snack, pack of gum, if they chew gum, or we always said certs and lifesavers. I don't even know if they still make those. Altoids, you know, if they're like me and they get heartburn, put them a pack of Tums or Rolaids in there, please. The possibilities are endless. And let me know what you've done, what you make, what you gifted in, and join me back tomorrow for another, hopefully shorter version of #Christmas Extravaganza 2025. Thank you from Sophie and Crochet with Lulu. Bye-bye.